Hello and welcome to the second episode of my Lando Norris Road to the World Drivers' Championship series. In this episode, we have the Chinese Grand Prix. If you haven't seen the first episode at Australia, definitely go check that out. But as you can see here, we do have quite a lot of resource points, so I do get a few upgrades there. And hopefully they'll be with us for the Chinese Grand Prix. As you can see, we have quite a few coming our way. So hopefully none of them fail. I have quite bad luck with upgrades. Usually quite a few of them fail, but hopefully we can get all these. And we do actually get both of our upgrades. So, yeah, we're actually sorted. Maybe we do go and get some more because I get one more upgrade because I had so many spare. So, but here we go for the Chinese Grand Prix. First, we go into practice. This is a track I haven't really driven too much, but it's a track I very much enjoyed on F1 23. So with that being said, hopefully I'll be able to do well. Maybe get quite a good result here again, like we did out in Australia last time. I'm expecting points. I'm expecting to do well. I mean, we are in a McLaren after all. And we do have our first sprint race this weekend as well. With the new sprint format, the sprint qualifying and the actual sprint itself. So that's quite, will be fun to experience for the first time. I've actually somehow lost the footage for the sprint qualifying, so I don't have the footage for the sprint qualifying, but I did end up getting pole position, so I'm quite happy with that for the sprint race. So sprint quali, there is no footage, but as you can see in practice, it did actually start to drizzle, and the sprint race is actually in the rain. So our first wet race on the Inters, probably not going to go well, but we'll see. But as we go to the grid here now, the starting lights do come on. And as we go to 5 red lights, it's a lights out and away we go. For a while the lights are on. It's an awful start for us here. Max Verstappen getting a lot better launch than we did. Piastri also getting a good launch. Going 3 wide here, I think, with Perez here. Trying to stick it around the outside. Trying to hold my position. Trying to make sure I can keep that P2 because P1 is gone. Max Verstappen's taken the lead, and obviously with no DRS, there's nothing I can do. And with Piastri here on the end of lap 1, looking to make a move on us here, there's nothing. We just don't have the pace in the wet. Our straight line speed is like so much slower than everyone else, even with using our battery. But we do concede the position to our teammate, trying not to put up too much of a fight. We don't want to cause a collision. But Perez does stay behind us here. And, well, that's it, really. We do get purple sector 1 and 2 here on the last lap. Verstappen wins, Oscar Piastri second. We do come third with nothing else happening in the sprint.
Well done, guys. Pretty insane. P2, P3, well done.
So that is the sprint race over. Only 5 laps and we get P3, so not too bad. Max Verstappen driver of the day. P2, P3, as Lando said. Good result for the constructors here. 7 points for Piastri, only 6 for me. Obviously, sprint race not giving you too many points, and points are only going to P8. But after this, here we go for qualifying for the Grand Prix.
Well, welcome along to qualifying in China. After a few years' absence from the calendar, it is great to be back here. But just who is going to put their car on pole?
As I come to finish my first qualifying lap, it felt really good, to be honest. I should be able to qualify quite high here. And we do go fastest of the session with a 1:32.5. I have to say that I really like the onboard of this McLaren. It's beautiful, to be honest. I love it. McLaren never disappoint with their liveries. But currently P7 here, they come across the line. 3 temps up on my second lap. And we go P2. I feel like P2's I feel like we've qualified P2 every race so far. I feel like P2's our sweet spot, you know? But with Piastri P6 here now, Verstappen clear at the top of the table. I don't know where he's found that extra 6 temps, but fair enough. Alonso behind us, Albon P4. That's quite interesting. But here we go for the Grand Prix.
It's time again then for Formula One in Shanghai. Northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula One's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. Shanghai International Circuit, then, is a 16-corner high-speed thrill ride. The long and ever-tightening right-hander at turns 1 and 2 tests a driver's patience, and the flat, open to the elements location, test their skill in a crosswind. 2 DRS zones will assist passing, and they're available into turn 1 and down the kilometre-long back straight into turn 14. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Albon, Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Hamilton, Perez, Russell, Stroll, Ricciardo, Joe, Bottas, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Sargent, and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot.
Now for the strategy here, we can either go for a 2-stop or a 1-stop. I obviously opt for the 1-stop because it's just so much quicker. I don't think I'm ever going to do a 2-stop. Maybe in that tracks like Singapore. But we do change it to a medium hard, I think. Yeah, I end up changing it to a medium hard just because I feel like it'd be better. But as you come to the grid here now, as the lights come on, we go to 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. The lights were not on much. We do get a good launch here on Max Verstappen, but everyone else around us getting a great launch. Alex Albon getting an amazing launch, going up into P3 as we go kind of wide here. We go 3 wide again with Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz this time. We do get a warning for a collision there with Albon, which I don't think is deserved, but you know. But we try and stay with Verstappen here. Don't let him run away like he did in the sprint, but he is getting away, even on those hard compound tyres. But getting up and close and personal with Max Verstappen here on lap 4, or the end of lap 4 here with the DRS, he doesn't have anything to defend himself with apart from his battery. We drain our battery there, and we do manage to move up into P1, and we do lead the Chinese Grand Prix here. Going through these corners, we're trying to maybe make sure I get a good exit, because I can lose the rear here quite easily, so I just need to make sure I get a good exit here so Max Verstappen can't get a run straight back onto us here. At the end of lap 5 here now, well not the end, but like towards the end, down the back straight here, Max Verstappen with the DRS, we used up all of our battery earlier trying to overtake him in the first place. He gets back at us there and moves back into P1. Try and brake late here maybe to come back at him at the exit, but we make contact there, but he does manage to stay ahead. On lap 7 here now though, we do decide that these tyres are done, and we do come into the pits here. We are doing 7 laps on each, on the mediums and the hards, but we come into the pit here. Hopefully we don't get a slow stop like we did in Australia. That really cost us some time, but Verstappen's going to get held up quite a bit as all the cars come in the pits, have to go past him here. But we go into the pits hoping for a quick pit stop, and there is an issue again, so a slow pit stop for us once again, 1.5 seconds slower than it should have been, so definitely not what we wanted here. Verstappen does stay ahead of us here. We do come out just ahead of Alonso, so we didn't gain anything, we didn't lose anything. But if we had that quick pit stop, we could have jumped Max Verstappen in the pits. So obviously very annoying that it happened. On the back straight again here now, but lap 8, Alonso with the DRS using his battery as well, maybe looking to make a move on us. We go defensive here. He does go a long way round the outside, turns into the inside here as I try and brake late to come back at him on the exit. I do come back at him on the exit quite well actually, as we go side by side coming up to the final corner here. I don't back out, I force him to back out just to make sure we don't cause a collision there, and I do manage to stay ahead of Alonso here, even though he does have a DRS here now on the main straight, but we managed to hold him off. Lap 10 here now, but Alonso with the DRS again from behind us, maybe looking to make that overtake again, trying to dive down our inside, but we give him the space there. He does try and make that lunge, but we do go side by side again going into the final corner here. I do again try and force him to back out, and he does back out because he doesn't want to cause that collision, but we do stay ahead of him here, and on that main straight here now we do manage to stay ahead. But on the next lap again, on the back straight, Alonso trying to make that overtake as we go in the inside line this time here, and he maybe tries to switch back, but he doesn't manage to do it, and we stay ahead of him once again. But this time down the main straight, Alonso is committed to making that overtake as he uses his battery with the DRS helping him. He tries to go up our inside here, to go side by side through turn 1, trying to stay ahead of him here as I try and go bit wider line there to try and stay ahead of him, and we do stay ahead of him somehow, even though probably should have gotten that overtake, but we were very defensive through there, and that inside line isn't the best every now and then when you're trying to defend a position, especially when you're trying to overtake as well. But just holding Alonso behind us now, hopefully we can keep him behind us, hopefully we don't have to concede that position to Fernando. But lap 12 still, down that back straight again. Alonso the DRS, maybe looking to make that overtake. Charles Leclerc getting involved as well here, but we do just stay ahead of him on the exit as he goes side by side, but he does back out. I think he knows now that I don't like to give the space going into that final corner, and I won't give up, and I just push. So we do manage to hold that position. But on the lap 13 here, on the start of lap 13, going through turn 1, I make a huge mistake there, and I do drop down to P6, right behind Albon as I rejoin, maybe challenging him straight away here, straight back to P5, but a crucial mistake here that might have, ruined my race. I think I locked the brakes there and just go straight on into the grass. So not my best, but as we continue on, maybe looking to make a dive on Alex Albon going into the next corner to move back up into P5 here. And I do make that dive very cleanly, very smooth, and I do move up into P5. But on the last lap here, following Fernando Alonso and Charles Leclerc, who got basically 2 free positions there, but I'm really eager to get ahead here, so I make a very risky move here on Fernando Alonso. But it does pay off, and I do manage to move up into P4 with an amazing dive bomb, I guess you could say that. Moving up into P4 on the last lap here, as we come towards the end of the lap, Charles Leclerc does manage to keep ahead of us. We do come over the line in P4.
P2 in quali, so a lot of good things, just we want to make it perfect, so just keep pushing.
But yeah, P4, obviously not the best result. Not what we would have wanted qualifying P2. That P3 definitely would have been ours if I didn't make that crucial mistake. Red Bull, I think, or obviously Max Verstappen winning the race, unsurprisingly. Our teammate does come P2 though, so great result for the team there. But yeah, very unlucky with my mistake there, which definitely threw away that podium. So yeah, very unlucky. But we do score some good points here, as I get 18 points over the weekend. And Piastri, I think, getting 26, because I'm pretty sure he got the fastest lap in the main race. But, so yeah, we are currently third in the drivers. Verstappen leading, Piastri ahead of us there, which is quite interesting. So we definitely need to up our game, and we are second in the constructors as well, with Ferrari quite far behind. So we are doing quite well in the constructors. But that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.